Hi guys, welcome to Sunday. Welcome to your week in review. Welcome back to Princess Ninja and Keto. If this is your first time here, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to throw this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow and gets my content out to others. Now, I do a daily vlog and I try to keep it interesting. I try to mix up a little bit of all of my life, but all the while with weight loss and health goals. Also focusing on behavioral eating disorders. It's not just about getting smaller, it's about learning how to love myself and learning to identify certain behaviors that set myself up for failure. So on Sundays, you've got the week in review. I basically just summarize how I did for the week. I tell you about the weight loss. I talk to you about what I did right, what I can improve upon, and what my goals are for the upcoming week to either enhance this experience or something I want to try new, whatever the case may be. You just never know what you're going to see here. Please forgive the sporadic random beeping sound. This is the only time I have to film my intro, so I had to stop my dishwasher and it's going to beep at me for the next few minutes until I restart it. So please forgive me ahead of time. All right, let's go through this really quick. First off, because this is my small whiteboard, I went ahead and I abbreviated what day it was. I have been following Dr. Eric Westman's ADAPT plan in the book End Your Carb Confusion, Phase 1 for weight loss. And in total, I am at 14.5 pounds since January 1st of this year. But I've lost like 8 inches off my waist. There's been other miraculous things that have happened. But recently, I've gotten myself stuck in a rut. I have found myself overeating. I have found myself wanting to snack, eating sweet treats, you name it. All of the classic pitfalls that can cause us to stall in our weight loss goals. So I have been encouraged by several of my subscribers to give protein-sparing modified fasting a try. So I have abbreviated what I did on each day of the week. F, of course, standing for fasted. A, standing for following ADAPT. And then, of course, I have an RF here, which stands for refeed, which means my calorie levels were a lot higher than I typically would, and I wasn't so much trying to get this perfect macro profile. I was refeeding my body to start into another week with 3 days of fasting. Okay, so let me first tell you, protein sparing modified fast. I am not your expert, so you're not gonna see any how-to videos. I am barely hanging on by the seat of my pants, just doing what I'm doing. I have ordered Maria Emmerich's Protein Sparing Modified Fasting book. I'm diving into that. But what I did first was I went to her website and I got my macros for my fasting days. And believe me, I'm not following everything to the letter. I'm not getting fanatical about it. Those are just my target goals. So I did excellent on all 3 days that I did the protein sparing modified fast. I was within 100 calories of what the calculator said I should be. I hit my fat macro every single day that I fasted. I hit my carbohydrate goal every day I fasted, and I exceeded my protein goal by 20 to 30 grams of protein. So that's excellent. I have learned how to make protein sparing modified fasted bread. Thank you to Maria Emmerich's cookbook. The other recipes in there, are pretty basic. But if you're someone that's brand new and you need things detailed out, like this is what you eat on this day, this is how much of it you eat. If you need someone to print you out a full how-to, this cookbook is excellent. But you guys know that I'm an amazing cook, and so I've thumbed through some of the recipes. They're super basic, but if you have zero cooking skills, this is a great cookbook But if you're someone who's been doing keto for a long time, you already know a lot of low carb, low fat recipes, you can do the modified fasting without the cookbook, right? You can do it. All right, so let's get to the weigh-ins for the week. So on Monday, I started at 178.8. On Tuesday, I did an adapt day, and my weigh-in was 177.6. On Wednesday was a protein-sparing fast day at 175.6. On Thursday, I did an adapt day at 176. Friday, I did a fasting day. I was at 176. And Saturday morning, I woke up to a brand new low of 174.2, and I broke a 1-month weight loss stall. Now, I know I've been getting smaller. I know I've lost inches, but it's the first time the scale has moved in over a month. So that was great. And then, of course, I did a refeed yesterday. That's what RF stands for, causing my weight to fluctuate up about 1.5 pounds this morning, but I'm not worried about it. This is the graph that I've been talking about all week. This is a typical, when I'm in weight loss, this is a typical pattern for me. I started here, I jumped down, I jumped up, I leveled out, and then a big drop, and always the next day, I always come back out. It's almost like my body freaks out and says, no! You know what I'm saying? It's like my fat cells suck. They just do. Anyway, that's my week. The week coming up is going to be super exciting. I'm fasting today. I will be fasting Tuesday, and then because Thursday I have to be fasted for all the testing, I'll be doing a protein sparing fast on Thursday, and then probably taking 3 days off, just doing adapt, eating from my list, not worried about macros or tracking anything. But definitely by the end of the week, you guys are going to get a video from me. And we're going to talk about a goal. We're going to talk about a goal weight. We're going to talk about this journey, my weight loss journey finally being over. Can you even believe that those words are coming out of my mouth? So anyway, blah, blah, blah. Man, this is a long intro. I'm just excited because we have a big week coming up. I have a big event. It's very important to me, but I'm going to be very careful because of past behavior, not to set myself up and give myself a reason to feel like a failure and then self-destruct, because that's a thing for me. That's a thing. When I feel like I'm failing for some reason, like my inner self says, hold my beer. You know what I'm saying? You think you're a failure now, watch this. Why do I do that? That is the craziest thing ever. That should never be a thing. But anyway. All right, guys, I will see you at the next segment. As always, I'm fasting today, so it's probably going to be pretty boring, but I'll show you everything I eat, and then I will come back at the end of the day with my macros and say goodnight. So I'll see you at the next segment. All right, guys, today's a fasting day. I have here 4 slices of that bread. I am making myself a turkey and bacon sandwich with 1 teaspoon of mayonnaise on each side, just a splash of mustard, and that will be my first of 2 meals. All right, guys, let's make some of my favorite seafood soup. This is specifically for protein-sparing modified fasting. I started with a whole can of clams and used the juice. I sliced up 1 large clove of garlic. I grabbed myself a 4-ounce fillet of white fish. You can use whatever you want. I used swai. I put 2 tablespoons of black pepper. I added 10 ounces of large white peeled shrimp. I did leave the tails on just because I'm southern like that, y'all. I added my favorite seafood seasoning, or you can add crab boil Old Bay, but this is my favorite personally. I added 1 measured teaspoon of butter to give it some of that more better flavor. And then I added a teaspoon of anchovy paste for a really deep, fishy, salty flavor. And this was the soup. The macros are wonderful, and I'll share those with you at the end. Hey guys, I haven't been able to take the dogs for a walk in a couple of nights because of all the rain we've had here, so it's nice to get these guys out and about. Toby didn't want to come tonight, wanted to hang out with Dad. I had a really good day today, but I've got to be honest with you guys, it was so hard fasting today. It felt like my husband was in the refrigerator every 5 minutes grabbing something to eat, and I just found myself overwhelmed. I probably wasn't that nice either, because I think at one point I'm like, are you eating again? I mean, like, I found myself super flustered. So really, I don't think I was hungry. I think just the smells of food. My first meal of the day, I think, was around 450 calories. And I ate sometime around 10:30, 11 o'clock. And my husband got into the refrigerator around 1:32, and then he got back in there about 3:30, and finally I had to make dinner. I just ate an early dinner. I made sure that there was plenty of protein in it, and sipping that broth was definitely nice. So my plan for the rest of the evening, because I know my husband, he just looks so forward to the weekends. My husband never works less than 60 hours a week. My husband's typical week is 60 to 72 hours. When you consider the amount of time he spends on call, on the phone, I mean, he's just always working. And then during race season, he's working 60, 70 hours, and then he's spending 10 to 12 hours working on a race car for our nephew. So, I mean, my husband is a hard worker, and when he lets go for the weekend, he lets go. So I can't be mad at him. I am worried about his overall health. He did so good on low carb. He was down 50 pounds, and you know, I don't know how much of that he's gained back, but he's gained back quite a bit. But I can't make him want this. He has to want this. You guys all know that. And so I just try to be a good example and hope that he follows in my footsteps. Hopes that he knows that when it's time for him to get serious, when he's tired of the health issues, when he's tired of the aches and pains or whatever else motivates him, he knows where to go for good, sound nutrition and diet advice. All right, guys, so these are the macros for the soup I made tonight. The calories is 488 calories, 3 grams of carbohydrates, 86 grams of protein, and 12 grams of fat. So if you're doing protein sparing modified fasting, or if you're just trying to keep your calories under control and lowering your fat using an adapt approach of not adding extra fat to your diet, then this soup is going to be a wonderful choice for you. It was super filling. It's been 3 hours now. I've had a nice long walk outside. We did 2 miles tonight, and I'm not feeling hungry at all. Still very satisfied, so I'll be able to make it through the night. Anyway, we've got here the Sunday macros. So in total for today, my calories were 909. My total fat grams were 27. My protein was 147. And my carbs were a total of 8 carbs. I'm done for the day. I'm done eating for the day. Only water the rest of the night. And tomorrow will be a regular adapt keto day. So I will see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.